Now on the second trip, or the return, I probably came with different people. I think I came with some neighbor kids or something. So again, got on the bikes and went out there, ditched the bikes, crawled through the hole in the fence, and began some serious exploration of the prison. At that point, it definitely had its name, the prison. And from there, I think we braved further into the place. It was the loading dock house. That was just nothing. We kind of seen it. There was nothing there. But as we went either on the second platform or the first, kind of went up to the, there was like a little dock level on the bottom, and that had all the entrances to the doors. So, and again, the doors were all boarded up. The place was no longer being used. It was kind of abandoned, and that's what kind of made it so exciting. So it all had nailed sheets of plywood on every single entrance, maybe just to keep out kids, would be my guess. But, for us, we just kind of, found ones that were loose, yanked them off, and then found our way inside. So each room we went into pretty much had nothing, but some rooms did have a few things, had electronics or big industrial equipment. Most of the rooms were empty and had really nothing to offer, but just the sense of adventure, like what could be in each room, just had us going down the place and just opening whatever rooms we could and exploring. And sometimes I would even find like a back room that had a hallway and it would connect to other rooms. It was kind of like a video game, just exploring. We weren't shooting zombies or anything like that, but we were exploring. We were like finding new passageways. So every time kind of looked for something new to explore. And the place also had a cool smell to it. It had that sort of kind of rotting, decaying smell, but in a good way. It wasn't like a rotting body or anything like that. It was just kind of just kind of a natural decay. And of course you also had, if it was in the fall, you'd be the leaves, all the old leaves decaying as well. So it was just a neat place to even like, your olfactory senses were kind of alive there. So adventure in all ways, I guess. I mean, on the outside there was a kind of a lawn area, a little, it wasn't with any like for picnics, but it had been kept at one point. Little trees in the middle, and it looked really nice. Like I said, in the fall, it was really kind of a neat place to see, with the grass growing on the ground, and maybe it was even mowed once in a while. Most of it was wild, but some of it looked like it had been kind of kept up. And an interesting thing would happen. In the evening times, like around early dusk, there'd be like one porch light would go on. So most of it had no electricity, but this little one part of it did. It was kind of over to my left of it, I suppose. And the light would go on around dusk, and as it grew darker, just that one light would be on. So it was kind of like a signal, for whatever reason, I don't know, but I always remember that one light coming on every night. Now, of course, friends told friends. I mean, the word kind of spread of this place, and most people didn't know exactly where it was at, so we didn't have other people exploring it, but somehow parents found out about it, and they said, does not sound like they said what I would say now, it does not sound like a safe place to go, and for all intents and purposes, it was not. I mean, it was kind of trespassing anyway. There was a gate, and it was sort of abandoned, but we were still kind of damaging things, I guess. I don't know if it was like really vandalism, because we weren't intending to break things, but we were not letting boards get in our way of getting into these rooms. So our parents said, hey, don't go back there. I don't know who kind of told about this. Probably David. He always did seem to want to tattle once in a while, but oh well. So we were told not to go back, so we weren't allowed to go back, and for a time, we didn't. But time went by, and one day there was a pretty big group of us. I'd say probably 5 of us all. We walked this time because we were carrying. This was kind of the big adventure. We actually had tools. We had like a hammer and maybe a crowbar. We had tools to like get in these remaining rooms. This time we brought some new people as well. So this was going to be a time where we really just kind of expanded our search of the place. So we went across the great field, walked in, took our time. It was a long, we were making a full day of it. We may even had food, I don't remember. But this time, we were kind of getting the upstairs, the second level, and there was, again, a lot of times you could either find an opening to a door. The boards would cover a door. You can get the door off, maybe get in, unless it was like really locked. Or often it was easier just to get in a window. So we kind of yank the boards off, take the hammer, get the boards off, and there was often, probably the reason they had the boards up was most of the windows. There's a thing about the broken window theory where if you repair a window, other people will be more willing to repair a window. I have the opposite thing sometimes. Is like the whole thing, if you break a window, someone's gonna see it. So, well, the window's already been broken, so the kids will break out all the windows. So one broken window leads to all the windows being broken, just because there's a precedent. It's already been done. It's okay. So a lot of the windows were broken. So we would like open it, and there'd be like those. They were in like the little grids. They had like the grid windows, and I don't know. So I thought, okay, now I need to get in. So they were the old-fashioned kind of window panes. So you want to open the whole set of panes, but you'd have to basically unlock it. So what I did was I reached in and grabbed the lever and twisted, and it was stuck. And so I used a lot of force, and it finally broke. And of course, my hand goes swinging up, and yeah, I went into that, like I said, the whole window, like glass surrounding it, and the whole bit broken out, but so fast that just slapped right into, at full speed, right into the glass. Needless to say, yeah, the hand was well, cut open pretty badly. I mean, I still have this. This is like one of my few big scars today, was this scar on my thumb. So the next thing you know, I'm bleeding, you know, pretty profusely. Again, it wasn't a major cut. I wasn't gonna bleed out, but there was a lot of blood. I mean, especially covering my hand. Next thing I know, and I said, "Hey guys, we need to go home." And they're like, "What? We just got here. No, we're not going home yet." And no, I cut myself. We need to go home. So I figured the best thing to do at this point is leave, and slowly people agreed. They weren't so quick to say, "Let's just go home," because this guy's bleeding, but they finally agreed. Okay, let's go home. So we got our stuff up, and then we climbed through the fence, and we went back on this long road home. And meeting, you know, the hand is just like dripping blood, and a friend of mine, I don't know, David or someone said, "No, just put your thumb in your mouth. It'll stop the bleeding." So I kind of did that. It didn't stop the bleeding, but now my mouth was kind of like all full of blood. So I just kind of eventually got the idea, just hold it really well, and just keep going. So we made our long journey home with me holding my thumb to keep it from bleeding further.